Minutes before soundcheck for his show at Radio City Music Hall on Monday, Charlie Puth seemed to be working out the chords for a new song. Wheat intended to sit in his dressing room, but Puth thought the instrument could be useful, and it was. He used it throughout our conversation to add emotional flourishes to a point he was making or to demonstrate how his music has changed over the past few years. At 26, Puth is used to mining the raw, recent past from material. In May, he released Voice Notes, an album that deftly turned about a Beverly Hills parties and flings gone wrong into a pop press favorite. "Everyone's just trying to be famous, I'm just trying to find a place to hide," he sings on opener "The Way I Am." "How the hell did I get caught up messing with these LA girls?" he asks himself a few songs later. As singles from the album trickled out, Puth was widely described as an inventive, stylish writer of pop and R&B. It's been only 2 years since his debut album, 9-track Mind, arrived as a unanimous clunker, even by his own account. The first record's elementary chords, Puth said. He'd bleached his hair recently, before making a U-turn to jet black, before landing somewhere in the middle, highlights. "I'm just getting my foot in the door, I don't know what I'm doing as an artist. That's why the songs Marvin Gaye, One Call Away, We Don't Talk Anymore don't sound anything alike. I'm printing lottery tickets. It was a hit anyway." Those 3 singles peaked at 21, 12, and 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, respectively, and the year before, Puth's breakthrough collaboration with Wiz Khalifa for the Furious 7 soundtrack had spent 12 weeks at #1. But it all led to another problem. The Hollywood scenes that he winningly described on Voice Notes had, at the time, turned him into a tabloid punchline. Us Weekly wrote about his drunk makeout session with Meghan Trainor. People covered his Bella Thorne cheating scandal. The exact nature of his relationship with Selena Gomez, his duet partner on We Don't Talk Anymore, was breathlessly chronicled all around. It didn't help that he fueled tabloid fodder on his own social media and onstage, where he once cursed out Gomez's ex Justin Bieber. He later said it was a joke. "One day someone hit my head and woke me up," Puth said about that time, and said you can't be caught up in just celebrity. You have to be a musician. And I guess I was writing these songs while I was trying to figure that out. What, exactly, had convinced him that he needed to keep a lower profile? My mom said that she was tired of seeing me in all these tabloids and stuff, Puth said. It got quite boring. On his tour for Voice Notes, which started in Toronto last week, Puth is building a space that has more room for his very intense jazz chords, but disguised in pop fashion. Though he happily shared anecdotes about his New Jersey childhood or texting with Rich the Kid, he said, "I've gotten much better in these past years, the past year and a half we'll say, at not telling everybody everything." At Radio City, he began LA Girls with a long, solo guitar intro that he'd worked out during soundcheck. After a sold-out theater screamed every word back to him, he paused to register the song's significance with a single word, fax. The extended instrumental breakdowns were a reminder that Puth is a pop star in the classically trained mode. He has perfect pitch and didn't start singing until he was 18, when he realized that he couldn't get his demos to sound exactly how he wanted in the hands of others. Screaming teens included, no one enjoyed hit lead single Attention and its pulsing funk groove more than Puth's bassist. The question for Puth on this 42-city tour is not just how much a pop star can change their style and recede from a harsh spotlight without losing their bass, but how much he truly wants to. By the end of the show, Puth had been shirtless for half of it. He strutted and shimmied across the stage and jumped on the monitor speakers to make his hooks land. "When I'm on stage," he said, "it's not all about me. Maybe 100 people who bought tickets for tonight love the second album but really want to hear Marvin Gaye for some reason. So he played Marvin Gaye. He performed it by himself, as if to not subject his band to the chorus, 'Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on.' If you listen to Marvin Gaye," he'd said earlier, and stopped himself. "Cringe. You can write." He cringed when he said this. Puth fans are always loud, but the audience's response crescendoed to new heights. He met their enthusiasm in kind and sung the song with all the verve and wholeheartedness that he brought to the girls. And just as Puth was willing to retread shaky musical ground, he hasn't let go of his tabloid instincts entirely. "I had nasal surgery to correct my septum, and nobody knows I had surgery," Puth said. "I can sing better now. I was never gonna tell anybody, but I can tell people. If Kylie Jenner can tell everybody." He continued, presumably referring to Jenner's recent reveal about her removed lip fillers. He trailed off and smiled. 3 years after he first exploded into fame, Puth said that now, "A fun night out for me is being with a group of people that I trust." But he's not done just yet with the kind of evenings that created the scorned heartache and satiny melodies of voice notes. "I'll give you a little wink on that one," Puth said. "I'm still a 26-year-old kid."